All right, Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakodash. I also want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth. And as always, peace and love to the Lord's hopeful elect. Just a quick epistle about endurance, man. This is a marathon that we're running, and Lord willing, we are at the end of it. But it's all about endurance, man. Knowing what we're part of, and knowing and understanding the sacrifices that are necessary to become gods, man. Because the Lord did tell us that, hey, ye are gods. So that's the real goal, is to be pardoned for our transgressions and to be those manifested elite, if you will, spirits, ruling over the entire earth under Yahweh Shai, the goal for that 144,000 of the men that desire to be of that number, as well as the rest of the 1/3, the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, those individuals, right, those spirits that are repenting now, calling upon Yahweh Bahashem and Yahweh Shai now. And of course, in the last second, before the Lord ultimately, destroys this place. But the people who are calling upon the true name Yahweh by Hashem and Yahweh Shai. So we'll start in Romans 8 and verse 35. And it reads, who shall separate us from the love of Hamashiach? Shall tribulation? And we know that, hey, we're coming into a time called the Great Tribulation, Jacob's trouble. All right. So is this terrible time going to separate the love of Hamashiach, the Messiah, all right, from his hopeful elect? Shall tribulation, distress, persecution, famine, nakedness, peril, or sword? And all these things are coming, down the pipeline. Lord willing, we don't have to be naked out here. But that could go into just being naked and not clothed with the truth, being a idiot out here and not receiving the instruction from Yahweh Bahashem and Yahweh Shai. You're not covered with the cloak of truth, that protection that is the word, which is Yahweh Shai. All right, as it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. All right, we are counted as sheep for the slaughter, and we're dead all the day long. We're killed all the day long. We love not our lives unto death. It is because wisdom driveth a wise man mad, and we understand that this ain't it. All right, we understand that wickedness ain't it. These people are a bunch of weirdos. Our little young men are a bunch of murderers. All right, our daughters are wives, are whores, and we're around a bunch of weirdo heathen nations, man. All right. So we're killed all the day long, man. All right. And people, the majority of the people on the earth not taking heed to us. They're mocking, scoffing. They hated Yahweh Shai, and it's manifesting. Hey, they hate him today. And they hate the Lord's prophets as well. All right. Nay, in all these things, we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. Yes, Yahweh Bahashem and Yahweh Shai. For I am persuaded that neither death nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of God, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which is in Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, our Lord. There it is. So nothing, all right, a demon, all right, a test, the powers that be, no matter how high the mountain that we have to climb is, the depths of the darkness of the oceans, of a trial, okay, creature, anything, nothing is going to separate the love of Yahweh Shema Shai from that hopeful elect. And that means, hey, the Lord is going to be with us during this terrible time that's coming upon the earth, man, while people are going to be running like chickens with their head cut off, and eventually going to go down to Egypt for help. And take that mark of the beast because they don't have no faith. Amen. The Lord is going to be with his hopeful elect. So, when the power goes out, if the Lord does allow that to happen, and there's like a huge blackout in Babylon the Great, people are not going to know what to do. They're not used to that. When the famine comes, or just a lack of, immediate nutrition, people are going to freak out, man. I've worked in the food industry. I've seen people come into that damn cafeteria in the morning or 9 o'clock, and lunch is at 11:30, and act like they starving. You know what I mean? Act like they're absolutely starving. Serve them up breakfast, nice breakfast, and they come in there acting like they're absolutely starving. These people haven't been praying and fasting in the name of Yahweh Shema Shah, rehearsing the righteous acts, so they don't have the skill set required to make it through a time like we're getting ready to come into. All right, all they're gonna do is complain, 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 and even the most meekest woman that you thought, the most meek dude that you thought, they're gonna turn into brute beasts and wild animals, and they're gonna be indulging in cannibalism, rape, robbing, murder. All these things is coming down the pipeline, man. And it'll be because pressure either create diamonds, Lord willing, that's us, or pressure can bust pipes, man. And that's likened unto the 2/3 of the nation of Israel. The rest of these heathen nation, of course, that wicked nation Esau, Edom. All right, they're gonna be likened unto those pipes that burst, man. And Lord willing, like that fine gold is tried in the fire. Hey, Lord willing, when that pressure come, we have the tools necessary to navigate, man. And it's gonna be one hell of a show, man. Call Allah Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. All right, and go down to the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 10, and it reads, because thou hast kept the word of my patience. And we have to be doing that now before the Lord brings this great tribulation, because it's going to come a time here pretty soon where the Lord's not going to be dealing with nobody but his hopeful elect. And that mercy that the Lord has to let you get in your car, to work, to eat, it's all going to be over with. He's not going to be allowing that to happen only for his elect. In order for you to eat and have clothes and things like that, you're going to have to take that mark of the beast. All right, that RFID microchip. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. And not only the mark of the beast, but the events surrounding it, the chaos, man. All right, there's going to be a lot of things happening, a world of freaking war. All right, all these is a part of that temptation, and the ultimate temptation is that the Lord wants to see, do you really believe in him? Do you really have faith in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah? Do you really rock with Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, or are you just talking? With their lips they do honor me, the Lord said, man. So all that lip service, all these women I grew up in the so-called church with, talking about they're a soldier in the army of the Lord. Some, it's a song like that. They in the,
It's the early 2000s, and being
in the I was gonna say in the 90s when I was a child, man. I would always hear the women in the so-called church, man, singing that song, man. I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. Well, this is what the Lord finna see. You don't tempt y'all by Shema Hawashah, right? Talking about you a soldier and ain't built for the conditions of the battle. How you a soldier and you not trained up for what we getting ready to go through? You individuals deny that there is a Jacob's trouble coming. You think that you're already saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost. All right. Contrary to popular belief, we finna see who's going to be saved out of this, man. And the Lord, has promised through his word, hey, that, the ones that be obedient come in that fear, he was going to be with them, and they're going to be saved out of these troubling times, man. All right. Go to the book of Matthew. 24, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. There it is. So in order to see if you're saved, all right, you have to endure to the end. And we are not at the, we're in the beginning stages, of the end. All right. But that's like a very prideful, puffed up spirit to have, to be walking around the earth, boasting, and be mostly women, man, from, that's in that so-called Christian church, man, that come in that spirit of boasting, I'm just having like flashbacks right now, or just the pride just oozing off of those women, man. When I was in those churches as a kid, I'm saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost, man. I grew up in the South, man. You know how it goes, man. Hot ass church, them itchy, Sunday suits, and a bunch of people freaking out in there, and you know, they think that they're saved. But again, the Lord is telling us those that endure into the end. So we have to endure with our faith all the way into the end. You know, we have to resist unto blood if the Lord is going to, you know, tempt us with that. You know, you may, and the leader, the head of our camp, going to that all the time, man, you know, being sincere, because you know, you never know, man. You may be a martyr, or you may see a brother or your family member get put to death right in front of you, man. And that's gonna, you know, be temptation to be like, oh, nah, I'm straight. I'm gonna go ahead and take that mark of the beast and eat me a nice warm meal. Y'all can have this getting your head chopped off stuff. Hey, you got to be ready for that. Meditate and know what you're a part of, man, and be balanced in it. You know, we like to, us as men of Yahweh Shema Hawashah, hopeful men, we definitely got to deal with the harsh, you know, more than the reward side, because that's just what it is. Because you know, we have sin, man, and our righteousness as is what filthy rags. So hey, we got to deal with our punishment, our judgment, our chastisement, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. There is a balance to it. Make no mistake, the kingdom is coming, and we'll be perfect. We'll be rich beyond your wildest imagination. We'll be fine as hell, all right, beyond your wildest imagination, all right, etc., etc., all right. But in order to get to that point where we just fine, you know, because that's what Jake want, you know what I mean? Come on, man, that's our people. We want to look good, man. We want to look good. That's a part. We get that from the Father and his perfection. We get that from Yahweh and his perfection. All right. But we have to go through the process to get to that perfection, and it involves endurance, man. All right. So again, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And that's going into that tribulation. There's a lot of precepts I can bring out concerning that great tribulation and the characteristics of people in the last days invading one another. All right. Because of the lack of bread, the famine. All right. Going to, you know, invading one another. All right. But in verse 13, it says, but he that shall endure unto the end, shall the same shall be saved. And that, and again, that endurance goes into keeping the faith, man, and keeping your integrity. Continuing when they put a weapon up to your body, or what have you, or put you somewhere that you don't want to be, are you gonna confess the names Yahweh Shema Hawashah? Of course, if the Lord put the spirit upon you to call upon him and let people know, hey, who you serve, Yahweh Shema Hawashah. All right, are you going to be able to do that? Or are you going to be ashamed of the names Yahweh or Yahweh Shah? All right. Because the Lord say, you know, if you're ashamed of him, then he's going to be ashamed of you, man. And when you call upon him, he's not going to answer, man, because you was ashamed, man. All right, just like now, anybody like scoffing and mocking, not taking heed, you know, taking the name of the Lord in vain. So you disregarding the name Yahweh Shema Shah without doing your due diligence, you know, to research, study to show yourself approved, pray, you know, concerning what these men are saying. All right. And if these people really were as righteous as they think they are, then they would try to correct their brothers out there. You know, hey, this is not the correct name. They don't even do that, man. They're just saying stuff that they grew up, you know, inheriting lies. Oh, this is because I've heard it almost verbatim. You know, people tell me that, you know, especially, you know, my little friends I deal with. You know, even my father has said that they'll say straight up, man, hey, this is all I know. This is how I was raised. This is what my grandma taught me. This is, you know, with that same picture of you know, that idol. I know in probably 90% of my family's households, my aunties, grandma, etc., that they had that image of who's supposed to be Yahweh Shah, you know, which is, you know, an idol in their homes, man. All right, so they have no idea what's going on. All right, they don't know who they serve. They just talking. All right, but they're not doing their due diligence, man. That's what a lot of brothers did. I can testify. I'm one of those brothers. When I first came into the truth, I through prayer, I asked, you know, the Lord, you know, what his name was, man, and I mean, it didn't change. You know, I didn't receive another name but Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. And, you know, I've seen, you know, calling up, man, hey, yesterday, sleep paralysis, man. You know, you be half awake, or sometimes you be awake and you just can't move, man. You know, I believe that's probably like a demonic spirit that's upon a brother when that happens. And brothers can testify, you know, you could be wide awake, man, and can't move or half sleep. I was like half sleep yesterday. And, you know, You know how the mind work, man. I thought somebody was breaking in my damn house, man. It turned out to be my neighbor making noise, but it just felt like my door was just opening up, man. And I could not move to get to run or to see what was going on. And my spirit, all right, was calling upon the name Yahushua, Yahushua, Yahushua. I wasn't saying it audibly, but in my mind, I was calling upon the Lord, Yahushua. And I woke up, man, within seconds, man. And I believe through the spirit, man, hey, the Lord heard me when I was calling upon him. And that's how it's gonna be during Jacob's trouble. That's definitely how it's gonna be during that, that persecution, man. And brothers, I don't want, brothers talk about, seeing, having these visions of people being tortured. Or you might be, getting ready to be tortured, or maybe getting tortured, and you may not be able to, with your mouth call upon Yahweh Shema Shah. Your spirit has to be so, in tune with the Lord that you can call upon him and he's going to hear you, all right, in your mind, man, all right. And that's not the first time. I mean, I get sleep paralysis maybe like once a year, and it be the same thing. And I call upon the Lord in my mind or in my dream, and the Lord will wake me up. Call hello Yahweh Bahashim Mahawashai. So you may be incapacitated. There ain't no telling what these folks finna do. They may poison us, may give us some hallucinogenic drugs, man. LSD, freaking out. Ain't no telling what they gonna do, man. But you gotta make sure, hey, that you have the required faith, man. And it starts now, man. That's why we give diligence to make our calling and election sure. We feel like we believe in the power. First and foremost, we believe that the Lord and his son exist. We come in that fear, and if they say, hey, this kingdom is coming, and this is the way to get there, then we're going to give diligence to make sure that we make that manifest on one of those chariots. That's the goal, to make the manifest. All right, get to that LZ, and that's landing zone, for those chariots. They ain't landing, they beaming up, but you know what I mean. That's that military in me still. But we're trying to get to that location so we can be beamed up, man. And if the Lord is with us, guess what? He's going to direct our steps, man. Now, make no mistake about it. Some brothers are going to be martyrs, man. But hey, the issues of death will belong to Yahweh. All right. Hey, who knows, man? One can't ask Yahweh Shai. All right. And look left, look right. Did it hurt, King? Because that's what we all want to know. Any man of the Lord, all the Lord's apostles getting their head chopped off, all type of horrific deaths. All right. Look left, look right. Oh, did it hurt? Right? Can't ask those brothers now, can we? That's gonna be a trial of our faith, man. Because hey, if you with the Lord, hey, make no mistake about it, man. And again, the head of our camp going to that all the time, man. Hey, the Lord can remove those pain receptors, and these people could be just filling you full of bullets, could be hacking off at your skin, chopping your head off, and they think they doing something because blood is coming out, but you don't feel a thing, man. You may be, screaming out, and things like that, but they don't know that this shit feel like feathers. And that's the type of faith that we have to have, and that starts now, because everything that's gonna happen in Jacob's trouble, what we do now matters. So it will behoove us, to just come in that fear, stay sincere, and endure until the end, because there's a great reward, perfection. Because I know I want to be perfected as I age. Oh, I'm starting just to hate the way I look. I hate the way my body feels. Come on, man, this ain't it, man. Once you hit 21, man, oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Once that 21, and you just aging, especially nowadays, man, with all the poison and stuff that they feeding us, man, come on, man. And that's why the scriptures teach us about pride not being, created for man. Because we ain't going to do nothing but age, regardless how rich we are. You could be rich beyond your wildest imagination, especially you women out there. You ain't going to do nothing but age and die eventually. And the Lord said his kingdom is everlasting. Those new bodies can't die. So that's what we're fighting for. We don't want to be a pretender like the 2/3 of the nation of Israel. They sold for temporary bullshit ass happiness, and they ain't really happy. They just distracted. Their money is a distraction. All that gathering abroad shit that Eve be doing, it's just a distraction from what's really going on. That's what a kid does. That's what a woman does. And that's why real men deal with the harshness of life. All right, we deal with war. We deal with the conflict. The rest of these motherfuckers. That's why the Lord taught us about their folly being set in great dignity, man. And everybody else is just caught up. They gotta work, man. Most people gotta work, so they gonna go to these plantations and work, man. But they don't care nothing about serving Yahweh Hashem and Shah. And then when the Lord bring that fire, that smoke to their front door, and they can't feed their families, or they can't go play no more, they can't go on these girl trips no more, and Eve can't go to the beauty salon or the beauty store, and get all did up, man. Then they're gonna be looking for the right solution, man. Especially those women. Then they're gonna be looking for a relationship of family, because that's what Eve is voiding. Damn, the word husband, you are avoiding having a family. That shows you how wicked and how selfish that creature that is the woman is, if we can even call her that at this point. Some of these so-called women out here, they want to be what, independent, strong women. They don't need no man. And the spirit is on a lot of women, man. They don't they don't even want children, and they don't care about their children like that. They use these children as pawns to for money and leverage, for power. All right. And the Lord is getting ready to do away with all this, man. All right. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. Let's see. Let me go to that precept about that fine gold. Isaiah 13 and 12. Is that right? We'll start at 11. Isaiah 13 and 11. I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. And you got to remember, in Proverbs 6 and 16, the Lord say the first thing, he hates a proud look, man. Esau, Edom, proud as hell, of course. And 2/3 of the nation of Israel are proud, especially the woman, man. All right, so the Lord say he's going to cause that arrogancy of the proud to cease, man. And the Lord say that judgment going to start at his house, which is the Israelites. You so-called blacks, so-called Native Americans, and so-called Hispanics, man. All right, respectively. And then we say so-called because we're not there. Like, that's a stumbling block to an unlearned individual. When we say so-called, well, that's the reason why we're saying so-called. We're saying so-called, all right, because that is a byword. That's a part of our cursed package, if you will, that we were going to forget, who our Lord is, who we were, and definitely what tribe we're from. All right, so they gave us all these names: Hispanic, all right, Indian, black, color, Negro, red skin, all, whatever the fuck they got going on, man. These are bywords, man. So we say so-called because that's what they so-call us, but we are, the Israelites, man. All right, the biblical Hebrew Israelites. I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Yep. And again, starting with the Israelites, man, because that's why we do these epistles first and foremost. Yeah, we chanting down, our enemy in front of their face, but these epistles is for, our people. All right. It's a warning to get your stuff together so that we can go play forever. Because that's what we want to do. It's kind of gonna be like a theme park, man. you know, and some more stuff. All right. In verse 12, though, here's the point: I will make a man more precious than fine gold, and that man is only gonna be a man of the Lord's hopeful elect. All right, not no wicked ass nigga out here being a whoremonger in the strip club, throwing monies, promoting whoredoms for our daughters. All right, not no murdering ass, ski mask ass, skinny jean, Glock toting nigga. All right, they're not gonna make it. All right. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. All right. and that's real, man. And that's, I was saying that earlier, through the spirit, man. Pressure bust pipe, or pressure can create diamonds, man. Same thing, fine gold, diamond. Precious gems and stones is what we want to be likening to, not shit that's just gonna burn up, man. And that's exactly what's gonna happen to a lot of the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, along with these heathens as well. A lot of these heathens as well that they put their hands on us and they think they're good. Moab is, I'm sick of I'm sick of Moab, boy. He's so puffed up, like his descendants, they so puffed up, they hate us. I went to the Asian, went to the Asian market, give me some kimchi. That kimchi good, man, but man, they just look at us like we crazy. You know what I mean? Look at us like we crazy, like they better than us, and their ass is going in the captivity as well, man. Call all y'all by Shemal Shai, and you just wait till the Lord manifest how much these other nations really hate us. See, we able to entertain them, man, and they can't do nothing with the salt of the earth, man. We are the flavor of the earth. So yeah, they like the way we dance, they like the way we talk, you know. They like the way we play sports and things like that, the way we act on screen, and things like that. But when this pressure gets applied, man, hey, those ancient, that ancient hatred is gonna manifest, and you're gonna see Moab for who he really is, Esau for who he is, man, Ishmael, all these other nations. I'm talking about the one, people here in Babylon the Great, this big ass melting pot of all these different nations. It's gonna be a freaking mess. You already see the KKK boys out there, and then got pressed by a couple of Jakes, man. If y'all brothers seen that video, one of the brothers did, man. I don't know who them niggas, who them guys was, but they was out there with Nazi flags, talking about, nigga with the hard ER, and some Jakes pulled up on them and they fleed, man. I don't know what type of arrogancy Esau Edom think is going on. Yeah, it's gonna be Jacob's trouble, and the Lord is gonna punish his people first and foremost. But don't you think that Esau ain't finna take casualties on all sides from that world war? All right, they ain't finna be. And I was thinking about that. Let me stay on topic though about Esau, and he didn't do so hot in these wars. They lost a lot of people in all the wars they fought. It's a whole nother topic. But yeah, man, it's gonna be race wars here, man. You're gonna see the manifestation of that ancient hatred that they have towards the Hebrew Israelites, man. And you already see the propaganda coming up, man. It's gonna be a freaking mess, man. It's gonna be a freaking mess. All right. And I'll bring this out and I'll leave it at that. One of these, let's see. Yep, Baruch. Don't go there often, huh? Baruch 4 and I believe 25. Yep. Baruch 4 and 25. My children, now you Israelites, suffer patiently. And there's that word suffer. Unlearned Jacob hear that word suffer and they'll flee. A weak motherfucker, all right, or hear the word suffer and they'll flee. And that's the nature of a child and a woman. They don't want to, who gonna sign up to suffer, right? Who's saying, oh, we're offering sufferings? Who's gonna raise their hand and sign up, for that? Right? It's understandable, but hey, that's a part of the game. If you suffer, you should also reign with Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. That's what the Lord taught us. All right, that's what the Lord told us. All right, if you suffer with him, you also shall reign with him in your respective order. All right. Doesn't mean that you're gonna be Yahweh Shai, but you'll have a position in this kingdom, whether you're that 144,000, whether you're that 1/3, whether you a wife, to one of them 144,000, or you're a wife to, a man of the elect, or a child, of these people. I don't know how the Lord gonna do it with these children and getting them, hey, have faith, right? Because it's some tricky stuff with these spirits, man. The Lord got to do, man. But the Lord already got it sorted out, man. We just got to have faith that when the Lord say, if we those that have forsaken mother, father, children, lands, like I desire, because I didn't spend a lot of time with my seed. I have one daughter, and she's aging. I mean, she's getting older now. She's a teenager, and we live in different states, man. I desire, as a future God with some power, to let my daughter be a baby again. I want to see her from a baby and in this kingdom, and that's all things are possible, for the hopeful elect. That's what we looking forward to. When the Lord say, hey, we was gonna get 100-fold, for forsaking these things. Remember that, and we're gonna get it back. So our mother, father, wives, women that left us that we desire to have back. Some of these women, their ass is grass. The Lord is going to give that back. Have faith, and however he does that, the Lord may very well, for brothers that do have children that didn't, see the joy and enjoy, their children. That's something the Lord said he enjoyed, a man, paraphrasing, enjoying seeing his child, paraphrasing, And a lot of brothers haven't had that because we're in our captivity, we're in our rest. So guess what? The Lord is not a man that he shall lie. He say, hey, he's gonna give us 100-fold. And anything is possible. There's nothing for the Lord to, when we're beamed up and we're changing those bodies, he could, I don't know how, like, it's gonna work out, but I mean, some of these, Israelites may be changed, to little babies. We don't want to be that. We trying to be, elite men and things like that, gods, man. But for our children and things like that, I want my child back, man. I want my child back. All jokes aside, and I pray in the name of Yahweh Shema Shai that I'm able to receive that, through the mercies and blessings of Yahweh Shema Shai. But again, my children, Baruch 4:25, my children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from Yahweh Shema Shai. So this wrath, hey, that goes with acknowledgement. We got to understand how we got into this position. Hey, we messed up. We sinned. We broke that covenant, that contract, with Yahweh by Hashem Shai, and we're being punished. So we got to suffer that, man. All right. And not be a pretender like we ain't did nothing. And not be a idiot like we don't know what's going on. That's what the women doing, asking all these stupid questions like they don't know that they wicked. Like you miss perfect, like you wasn't a whore, out here, and wondering why all this hell continues to fall upon you. All right. And your people and your family. All right. For thine enemy have persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction. Esau, Edom, first and foremost, and a 2/3 of the nation of Israel and the rest of these heathens as well. Pretty much anybody that's against Yahweh by Shema Shai is our enemy, dog. All right. You're our enemy. And guess what the Lord is telling us in this Bible, man? We're soon to see the destruction of them, man. And shall tread upon his neck, man. All right. My delicate ones have gone rough ways, man, and were taken away as a flock caught of the enemies, man. Oh, look at all the slavery and bondage, even going back to ancient Egypt, man. That's all we know is these rough ways because of our transgressions, man. Verse 27: Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto Yahweh, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. So that's why we got to get diligence to make our calling and election sure, whatever that may be. Everyone isn't a prophet, but everyone should have hands on deck as it relates to reverencing the Lord, praising the Lord as soon as you get up, thanking the Lord, praying for brothers, praying for sisters. You sisters, you pray for your other sisters, right? You pray for the brothers, you pray for the children of our nation, all right? And the Lord will hear you and bless you. You receive the words, how about Shema Shai, my sister, and you really giving diligent, you praying and fasting, you just go ahead and see the blessing that the Lord will bestow upon a sister like that, because it ain't a lot of y'all out here, that's really on that. From what we see, the Lord ain't, y'all are hidden like y'all supposed to be, ducked off like y'all supposed to be right now. But I'm telling you, man, a lot of your sisters ain't gonna make it. A lot of your sisters wicked out here. So go ahead and take off on them, Yeah, I figure at this point, the worse and worse, I got a little help meter, whatever she got going on, but she ain't, she ain't right all the way. And the more and more, wrong shit she does, I figure I'm gonna just go harder for you. How about Shema Shai? She is a great example, or these people are a great example of how not to be. The worse that they get, the better we should be getting. The worse that they get, the better they make us look, man, because we're, sticking with the program. All right. 4 verse 28, let me see there. Yep. For as it was your mind to go astray from Yahweh, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. Hey, and that's what we should be doing. That's why you see brothers doing, videos to the best of their ability on a daily basis. That's why you always see the men out there week in, week out on the highways and byways. That's why we're always rehearsing the righteous acts year by year. We're getting ready to come to the Passat, the Passover. Okay, that's coming up, man. We're going to observe that to the best of our ability. All that's in relation to seeking the Lord 10 times more, praying more, praying without ceasing. I'm trying to pray more to the point where, just giving praise, multiple times a day. Scriptures to talk about Daniel praying 3 times a day. One of my big brothers, our big brothers, hey, matter of fact, it was Apostle Rakar. He said, and that was yesterday, matter of fact, I heard Apostle say that, we can pray more, especially if you had a gift of faith and you can pray what the world call a prayer warrior. Hey, I should be one of those, hey, man, hey, how much more now at the end of the world? So should we be, shining, so, and I say that to myself first and foremost, man. If the Lord, gives me the time and the spirit, yes, I can pray more than 3 times a day for multiple things, and our brothers and sisters. So that's a part of that, seeking the Lord 10 times more, repenting, acknowledging your faults, your transgressions, not playing around. All right, because if you want this money that the Lord is offering, you know what I mean, and this fame and this fortune, these riches, this beauty, this perfection, this kingdom, all right, and everything that comes with it that we don't even know, and I don't even want to know. I want to be surprised. We want to be surprised. I'm glad the Lord let us know a little bit of how the kingdom is going to be, but he kept a lot of things, secret, we like children waiting on a surprise from our father and our big brother, and it's beautiful, but it's a process to get there. All right. Seek him 10 times more, verse 29. For he that have brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy with your salvation. That's the spirit, man. So the same God that punished us beyond our wildest imaginations, and it's affecting us this very day. And while we're complaining and while we're at the bottom, this same power is going to bring that everlasting joy via that kingdom, that everlasting kingdom that is Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, we be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. Okay. Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee the name will comfort thee. Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice at thy fall. Yeah, miserable these rest of these nations are going to be when we're in the kingdom in our perfection for all eternity, and they're subject to us, especially Esau, Edom. Those other nations, they're going to get their act together in the kingdom eventually, man. And that's a whole, another subject for a whole nother day. But Esau, Edom, he's definitely going to hate that, man. Miserable are the cities which thy children served. Miserable is she that received thy sons. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. Yeah, Babylon the Great, you Edomites, all of y'all, man. Anybody that's against Yahweh Shai, including the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, you same, motherfuckers that said, let the Lord's blood be upon us, and our children. All right, you guys were happy to see the Lord marred more than any man. All right, spit on, bleeding out, flesh ripped off, holes put in his hand, hung up on a damn a crucifix, then pierced, mocked, laughed at, talking about the king of the Jews in a very mocking fashion. All right, oh, you the king, because I just watched that theatrical historical account, the Passion of Hamashiach, Passion of Christ, what they call it. I just watched a little bit of that a couple of days ago. Hey man, it's heavy, even though it's a Edomite up there portraying Yahweh Shai. We're strong enough to receive who our Lord is, and again, that theatrical historical account of what our Lord went through, and it don't do it no justice. But even just seeing that little bit of what they showed and what they was able to come with, the Lord allowed them to come up with to show that historical account, is rough to watch, man. If you really are one of the Lord's, it's a hard watch, because that the Lord went through that for us, little old imperfect me, little old imperfect you. And it make you feel bad, like the Lord, it is prophecy and it was the will of Yahweh. But personally, I feel like, man, the Lord didn't have to do that for me. Who am I? But hey, it was the will the Lord. Hey, he often told us, y'all often told us about the Father, the will of the Father. The Father sent them. So hey, really go back to Yahweh. All right, but we reverence them both, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, as we are supposed to. Okay, and man, and I'll leave it at that through the Spirit, man. Again, just about endurance, man. All right, and there's a reward for enduring this thing. We are coming into the last lap, the final lap, man. And when we get ready to go through as a part in that movie, or Yahweh Shai, brother, he's kept him carry that cross. And he had said, almost done. And that was beautiful. Yahweh Shai, again, theatrical historical account, but we almost done. And especially more so when we get persecuted, and however it's gonna get, in them camps, and them torture chambers and things like that. Once you hear the screams, and we in line, or what have you, however it's gonna go, we should be saying to ourselves, hey, almost done, almost done. We know that once they start persecuting us, and start killing us, that the Lord he has to come. He has to come. And I'm talking about, like, it's going in the midst of them doing that, Lord willing. You see what I'm saying? Once that's what we got to get to. And it sucks, right? It ain't, you know what I mean? Nobody want to get hands put on them, or falsely accused, or thrown in no prison, or starved, or whatever. But hey, once we get there, we almost done. This is a phase. The next phase is the physical part, of them tests, man. Being hungry, being without a home, being without Wi-Fi. That's just basic shit. Being without Wi-Fi, being without power. That's just basic stuff, man. When them drones and shit, and them men and bullets flying everywhere, and you can smell the land starting to stink, and the animals is coming out the woods, and you know what I mean. Even just stray dogs is tearing limb from limb. Cause the Lord gonna put the spirit on these animals to get down like that. He already doing it now on a small level. These things were prophesied, man, which means it was promised to us that these things will happen. All right. So again, man, just endure to the end. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Till next time, Shalom.